Prime Minister Narendra Modi today started his poll outreach in the state of Maharashtra with public rallies in the northern part of the state, Dhule, Nashik, which are seen as BJP strongholds, but where the party underperformed in the recent 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Now, Prime Minister Modi, who is expected to address at least 9 rallies in the next few days in the state, launched a sharp attack on the Congress party, specifically on its efforts to push caste census, saying that the party wants to divide the nation and its people by pitting one caste group against the other. Now, ek hai to safe hai, that is what the Prime Minister's big pitch was in Maharashtra, even as he accused the Congress party of consistently undermining welfare for deprived sections of the society. Now, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, on the other hand, was in Jharkhand today campaigning, and he said that it was the BJP that was dividing the country by allegedly not representing the interests of the poor in its policies. Now, on caste census, which is another topic that he has raised consistently, Rahul Gandhi mentioned that the exercise was a must to identify the participation of tribals, Dalits and OBCs in various institutions and wealth of the country. Now, the idea of caste census has been raised in the country for a long time, but will it have electoral resonance in Maharashtra, a state where the NDA faced a setback in Lok Sabha elections? That is what we will discuss today. Before we go to our panel of guests, let's listen in to what the Prime Minister and Rahul Gandhi said today.
कांग्रेस द्वारा एक जाति को दूसरी जाति से लड़ाने का खतरनाक खेल खेला जा रहा है, और ये खेल इसलिए खेला जा रहा है क्योंकि कांग्रेस कभी दलितों, पिछड़ों, आदिवासियों को आगे बढ़ते नहीं देख सकती।
हिंदुस्तान का पिछड़ा वर्ग, दलित वर्ग, आदिवासी वर्ग कोई भी काम कर सकता है, कुछ भी कर सकता है, कोई कमी नहीं है। आपको रास्ता नहीं दिया जाता, आपको रोका जाता है। आपके सामने दरवाजा है और मोदी जी आके बहाने बनाते हैं। सच्चाई है। तो मैंने पार्लियामेंट में उनके सामने बोला कि आप ऐसे करिए, जाति जनगणना करते हैं।
We have Tom Vadakan from the BJP joining us, also Matthew Anthony from the Congress party, and Rohit Chandavarkar, senior journalist and author, joining us. Thank you all three of you for joining me on this broadcast. To you, Matthew Anthony, first. Sharp words by the Prime Minister today. He said, and I quote, "Congress hates the OBCs. Congress leaders like Pandit Nehru divided OBCs into castes, never allowing them to unite. Congress fears OBC unity because OBCs are united, Congress loses. Today, with the blessings of OBCs, and OBC is the Prime Minister, and the Congress cannot accept this. Ek hai to safe hai, together." That is what he has said today. How is the Congress party looking at caste, specifically after what really happened to the party in Haryana?
Vasudha, it is really shocking to see Mr. Narendra Modi, who is our Prime Minister, speaking about Congress dividing people. If you look into the history of Narendra Modi's politics, you will not see anybody who is worse than Narendra Modi, who has been spearheading the hate campaign in this country. For that matter, in the last election itself, out of the 173 speeches made, 110 speeches were on hate. It was in a report from the Human Rights Watch report. And who used the word that why should you give your wealth to outsiders? Why should you give the wealth to the people with so much of children? What right Narendra Modi has got to speak about dividing people? Whereas in Congress, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to say that, look, the country has got a lot of OBC, SC, ST people, and we don't have the right data. There are a lot of people who are really weak. We need to bring them into the light, and then we need to distribute it accordingly so that we leave the Constitution, we walk the Constitution of empowering and giving social justice and equality to all. What is wrong in me saying that?
Okay. Mr. Vadakan, would you like to respond to that, sir?
Also, why didn't the Prime Minister
it's an important point that he's raising. What is wrong in asking for equality?
Record in Maharashtra.
Okay.
I missed you, Vasudha.
Mr. Vadakan, let him respond to your... Matthew Anthony is making an important point. He's saying that what is wrong in asking for equality? Also, Rahul Gandhi has promised to remove 50% cap on reservation. Do you think that is something that might hurt your prospects, considering that this is the same state, which in some ways disappointed the BJP in Lok Sabha elections?
Vasudha, I wish the Congress walks the talk. They did the census earlier. And why didn't they publicize it? They did that in Karnataka, but they did not publish it. Why is it that they turn around and say that the BJP has to do it? I mean, we are not scared or running away from it. But the question here is, Vasudha, you must respect that. And that is, what about the Muslims? How many castes are there in the Muslim community? Has he bothered to find out? What was the Sarkaria report all about? They talk about hate speech. Let me tell you something. Who invented the word vote jihad? Salman Khurshid's niece, if I understood the relationship. And they talk about hate. What have we said? We have said unity. We did not exclude the Muslims out of it. We said if we are united, we are safe. If you divide us, you'll be fighting with one community with the other. Not just about the Muslims or Hindus. This could be between the Adivasis and the Brahmins, the other communities who has vested interest in it.
Right.
The point here is let us remain one.
Okay. So before I go to Rohit, both of you have made this valid points, and before I go to Rohit, let's also take a look at what the place where the PM was campaigning today, North Maharashtra, has been a BJP stronghold. I'm sure Rohit will also be able to elaborate on that. An important reason why the BJP grew in the state is because of the northern part of the state. We're talking about Nashik, Jalgaon, Dhule, Nandurbar. They account for 35 assembly constituencies. We saw unrest amongst farmers, Muslim Maratha consolidation. These were some of the issues that emerged in the 6 Lok Sabha elections. But if you look at the results, it's a BJP that emerged as the leader here in 2019. 13 constituencies went to the BJP, undivided Sena at 6, undivided NCP at 7, Congress at 5. But clearly in the Lok Sabha elections, the picture was different, with the BJP winning 2 and the rest going to other parties. Rohit, do you think that the BJP has been able to manage some corrective actions when it comes to northwestern part of Maharashtra where the PM was campaigning today? And do you think that caste is something that is more of an electoral pitch there?
What's the good points? I think, the BJP is trying hard to kind of overcome this caste factor that obviously hit them during the Lok Sabha polls, not just in North Maharashtra, but also in Western Maharashtra, Marathwada. Remember this Maratha agitation demand for reservation for the Maratha community really hit the BJP hard in the sense that NDA candidates could not win a single seat in Marathwada region, which is also traditionally a stronghold of the BJP. And as you mentioned, North Maharashtra, there was a similar situation. Now, I think today, we have a situation where not just Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but also Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and the Home Minister of India, Amit Shah, all three of them were in Maharashtra, campaigning in various parts. And what I can tell you is, the common thing that you can hear from them in various parts of Maharashtra is addressing this caste divide issue which hit the BJP. So Yogi Adityanath in his speech said, "Batenge to katenge," and that became an issue because Ajit Pawar, BJP's alliance partner in Maharashtra, objected to that. In the evening, he's given bites saying nobody should use this language. Amit Shah also addressed the audience saying, similar things, that there are attempts to divide people on caste lines, etc. But remember, the opposition side is exactly making the same claims or making same allegations. They are alleging that, it was the Devendra Fadnavis-led BJP government in the previous regime, which encouraged the fight between Marathas and OBCs. Last point, remember, OBCs have been the traditional supporters of BJP for a long time, with leaders like Gopinath Munde and many others, Anna Dange and all of them. And the BJP somehow feels that the Maratha community is a little bit alienated, so they want to take them along. So the solution for BJP right now seems to be that, just bridge the caste divide and try and get all the Hindu votes together. Vasudha.
Excellent points. Matthew, would you like to respond to that? Because at the end of the day, polarization seems to be something that every party needs to follow here, be it Dalit Muslim consolidation or Hindu consolidation. How will the Congress party justify something like this? Because I remember in Dhule, Rahul Gandhi had stopped during Bharat Jodo Yatra. He had made that call. He had actually gone to the house of one of those veteran Congress leaders. He even video called his mother Sonia Gandhi for a chat. So clearly there's a lot of emphasis that the Congress party has had on Maharashtra. But how different is your strategy from Lok Sabha elections of 2024? Because Haryana elections did show that the mood of the country might have changed a little bit.
Vasudha, it is not for us to discuss the strategy in a national television. At the same time, what we are saying is that the caste survey which we are demanding is not only one particular for the state of Maharashtra, but we really believe that it is high time that the caste survey should bring in to help us to understand the minute details, irrespective of the religion part of it. Where do we stand in respect of the particular numbers in this country? And then how can we bring in social justice to each of them? Now, the answers were very clear. BJP has got a particular thing for a particular state, and then another state, they don't have a policy. For BJP, the politics is business. That's exactly what we are opposing. Now, let us see, that BJP is opposing Muslims in all other parts of the country. They hate Muslims in UP, they hate Muslims in other parts of the country, but they are very, very, very lovable to Muslims when it comes to madrasa salary increase in the state of Maharashtra. I'm asking the BJP the question, are you able to increase the madrasa salaries for the teachers in madrasas in UP, in Karnataka, in other states? Or are you only kind of doing this? Because our leader Rahul Gandhi is saying the caste census for across the country, across the states.
Right.
And we are making a promise. So in the state of Maharashtra, yes, it is a fact that there are a lot of OBCs, there are a lot of SC/STs, there are a lot of other people belonging to that particular backward community part of it. And we want to bring them to have that social justice together. Okay. What is wrong in asking for the detailed, minutest data so that we can do this in a good manner and we leave the constitution. So it is very important in Maharashtra, and it is not only for Maharashtra, all the states we are the same. Yes. Our language is the same. We don't change our language of our political principle from state to state to please one community or the other. Right. Take one stand for one community in one state and a completely different stand for the same community in another state.
Mr. Varakan, your own ally, NCP...
Northeast, they allow Christians. But in Kerala, they love Christians. But in any other part...
Okay, let me take that question to Mr. Varakan. Sir, your own ally, NCP Ajit Pawar, today said that, caste census can be done, but it should not be politicized. So I know that the BJP is not averse to caste census, but it has not really asserted on that. Do you think that this is something that can impact you? Because I know a lot of BJP leaders sidestep that question because it is not something that is something that was something that the party wanted. But clearly, there is some resonance with it, which is why your own allies have been asking for it. In fact, the first caste census survey was done by JDU government, which is in Bihar. So how are you looking at this? How are you trying to manage the fallout of the demand for caste census?
Well, the question here is, the same caste census was done by the Congress party. Why didn't they release it? We are not against the caste census. Who said we are against it? Now, the point here is, A, there is a report. I want to remind Mr. Anthony, his namesake, the Congress Working Committee member, Anthony G, in his report, said that the leaning of the Congress party towards the minority has been the cause of its downfall. This is a written report submitted to Sonia Gandhi. Now, if they don't take a hint from it, and they want still to divide this country into castes, we say, okay, what about the Muslims? There's so many castes. Are you ready to walk that mile and say, look, let us also establish the divide, the castes among Muslims? Are you agreeable to it? If you're agreeable, let's walk the talk. But
Matthew, quickly, will you respond to that before I take the last word from Rohit?
Yeah, I will. Tom, I would respectfully say that what we have said is, that's a caste census for the SC, ST, the OBCs and all other people. We have not said that, the caste census, should separate how many Muslims, Buddhists, Christians, Hindus are there in that one. The caste census, because if there are backward Muslims, they'll be there. If there are backward Christians, they will be there. If there are backward Hindus, they will be there. So where are we saying that, they are excluded? We are walking the talk. Do you have the courage? When some question is asked on BJP, please, you are a very experienced leader, Tom. And then, you should not come back and say that, no, Congress did it. Why is Congress not publishing it? I'll speak for Congress. Why can't you speak for, what BJP is doing for that one? What is BJP stand on that?
Okay. Mr. Vadakar, would you like to respond to that? Yes, sir.
We are ready to walk the talk. We are scared of nothing. It is for the interest of this country. But when you say walk the talk, I want to know what is how many castes exist among the Muslims? Would you be agreeable to give
That's
them
exactly
that
what we want to
information?
find out, Tom.
No, you want to find out, but you have to come forward with it. You have not said one word on the Muslim issue. The Sarkaria Commission report.
We never said about
clearly
Hindus, we
indicates
never
the
said about
Congress
Christians,
party.
we never
What
said
does
about
the Sarkaria
any
report
other
say?
ones.
That the condition of the Muslims have deteriorated under your charge. And now
How
you
many
come
Muslim,
and say,
how many
well,
Muslim
you're,
candidates you
you're
have in
concerned.
BJP?
Okay,
How many
Rohit,
Muslim,
last
how many
question to you,
Muslim
sir.
BJP candidates you have in Maharashtra?
Okay, Rohit, last question to you. In 2024 Lok Sabha elections, there was the soybean issue, there was cotton prices, there was, of course, a lot of other things, farmer unrest, and, of course, this fear of reservations going away. If I ask you, what are the 5 top issues on the mind of voters in Maharashtra, what would you say?
So the three issues which we can clearly identify, which were out there for us to see during the Lok Sabha polls. First was the Maratha reservation demand. Second was the economic distress all over Maharashtra. Third was the Samvidhan Khatre Mein Hai narrative, which really spread in Maharashtra, and the BJP accept that they got a big hit because of that. To add to that, I think this time, these three to some extent continue. Especially the Maratha reservation continues largely, and the other also continues, agrarian distress. Economic issues such as unemployment and price rise is also there, like Sharad Pawar mentioned in one of his interviews today, that wherever he travels, he sees that there is large-scale unemployment, especially in rural areas. So that is one issue that's there. And the last, I think I would say, is this issue being constantly brought up by BJP, which is the question of vote jihad or, batenge to katenge, that kind of a narrative, which is the Hindutva.
Yes.
You can call it religious polarization, you can call that.
Right.
So, these are, I think, 5 things that will affect the polls of Vidhan Sabha in Maharashtra, the assembly polls. And because there are too many parties, too much fragmentation of parties and leaders, it's become, very unpredictable. We don't know which way it will go. We see fissures or divisions within alliances over some of the issues like I mentioned about Ajit Pawar's statements today, Vasudha.
I think that makes a lot of sense because the Prime Minister also started his rally from Dhule, which also has Malegaon, which is where the BJP lost its lead. So clearly the Prime Minister is looking at tougher seats for himself. We'll have to wait and watch as to what really happens. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has promised that only the BJP-led government in Maharashtra can provide the state with stability and good governance, while Rahul Gandhi and Congress party are making it clear that they want caste census to get a reality check for the nation. Remember, Maharashtra votes on the 20th of November, and it's on the 23rd that we will know what people of the state actually want. Time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.